Hey hot girl, what's up? Hi my friends, how are you doing today? My name is Margaret Angèl. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am more than excited to have you here. On this channel, I post anti-MLM, beauty, humorous, and whatever's on my mind type of content.
I've been saying that for 3 months straight.
I post whatever's on my mind, and I love the fact that we can be multifaceted on this channel. I really do. So if any of that interests you, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. And girl, let's get into the video. It's October. It's Spooktober, girl. I am so freaking ready for winter and Halloween and pumpkins and gifts. I am ready to show you guys what I've been planning on because I have some really huge surprises coming. So let me stop rambling. Let's get into the video. Oh, and this is a get ready with me if my blank face didn't project that to you. Okay, so I don't have my mirror. Whatever, I'm gonna use this one. Why not? We're gonna improvise. I'm gonna use my client mirror. Oh, that's actually better. So about 2 weekends ago, I wake up to a text message at night at around 10 o'clock. Now, a lot of you may know this if you follow me on Instagram, but I'm usually somebody that's up in the middle of the night. I'm kind of a night owl. I'm very nocturnal. I usually go to bed around like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm usually out like a light, but somehow I woke up to my phone going off. And it alarmed me because my friends don't usually hit me up that late. You know, we're kind of, we talk usually during the day. So I'm like, I haven't talked to her in a while. You know, what's going on? Well, I opened up the text and it was basically her telling me that she's a part of Total Life Changes, which is the MLM that really totes about their weight loss drinks, their detox drinks, which is a whole discussion in itself, and all different types of wellness products. So I was like, wait a minute, this girl knows me. Like, she knows me, you guys. She watches my videos. She knows my stance. Why would she send me a text being like, oh yeah, I joined TLC and this is what this opportunity can bring you and the supplements and all this stuff. I'm like, girl, don't you, are you registering who you're talking to? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe she's sending out like text messages to everybody in her contact list. As a lot of us know that we're a part of MLMs, you go down the list and you send that regurgitated message to everybody. So I'm like, maybe she just was clicking on people's names and just sending stuff out. She didn't realize that she was talking to me. So I'm like, all right, I didn't respond. I just decided to let it marinate. I was really tired.
I went back to sleep.
Then the following day, that Sunday, she hits me up on Instagram and she's like, hey Margaret, did you get my text? Now, I don't have my read receipts on my phone because, you know,
That's how bad gets caught.
so I'm like, oh yeah, girl, I did get your text, but I was a little shocked because you know my stance with MLMs. And she goes, well, Margaret, did you at least read what I sent you? Like, did you read about the products? Did you read about the company, the mission? Did you take the time to read everything? Now, my friend is very analytical. She's very smart. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Well, that's great. I just stabbed myself. And she's like, did you read what I sent you? Did you read about how much opportunity that this company can present? And I'm like, all these opportunities are very, very similar. The only thing that changes with MLMs is literally the title of the company and the products involved, but the structure itself is the same. And damn near all these compensation plans are the same. Now, I've never done a TLC video on my channel yet. So I think that the reason why she was so pro this one was because I think I'm the only creator that she watches that talks about this stuff. So when she saw that I didn't talk about it, maybe she thought that there was a plus with that. I'm not exactly sure, but
They're all the same.
and that's what I reiterate to her. I'm like, you know, I haven't talked about this yet, but just because I haven't talked about it does not mean that the stance has changed. Like, it's an MLM, it's a multi-level marketing company, and your chances of actually making a big lump sum of money is very, very minuscule. And I understand, like, my friend has kids, she has a family, her husband just got laid off, and by the way, she knows I'm making this video, okay? She knows I'm making this video. She just wants to find that avenue to support her family. And that's pretty much what all of us did when we joined these companies. We wanted to support something. We wanted to make a name for ourselves. We wanted financial freedom. You know the whole spiel. So I'm like, your sentiment matters a lot. Your sentiment makes a lot of sense. We all, oh shit. We all want to take the time to make sure that our family is straight, dude. I completely get that. And living in times where COVID is running rampant and you're questioning damn near everything going on, you're going to jump at something when you feel like it's going to bless you. You know, I have no issue with people wanting to make money and support their families and take care of what they need to take care of. You know, she and I, we had a good rapport and we went back and forth about putting your mind to paper, making a business plan and making things happen. My friend has a great personality personality. She's persuasive. She's smart. She's insightful. She would make a damn good businesswoman. A damn good businesswoman. And that's what I was explaining to her. So then she explained to me she joined because she wanted to understand, how do I conduct myself with starting a business? How do I talk to people? How do I send out messages? How do I put myself out there? She believed that the upline was going to give her the tools to put herself out there healthily and be successful, which to me makes a lot of sense, because a lot of people do join these companies because they have a business savvy-esque, right? They have motivation to be their own boss. So what she was saying was straight out of the beginner MLM textbook. And it just brought me back to like when I first joined It Works and you couldn't tell me anything about my raps, like not a damn thing. You know, if you would have told me that my little raps, girl, were not gonna work, I would have told you to F off. Like,
my raps are gonna work. I'm gonna be successful in this.
I turned into a complete vulture when I was a part of the MLM. You couldn't tell me anything about my product. And in listening to my friend and her just joining, she had already grown that vernacular that, oh, you're not going to tell me anything about this. Yeah, I've seen your videos, but I want to see it for myself. And you didn't even make a video about this company, so it can't be that bad. Which maybe I just haven't gotten to it yet. Like that was the weirdest thing of it all. Like maybe I haven't gotten to it yet. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I'm still trying to gather myself, you know, like, so we agreed to disagree and I was mad as hell. I was so upset because it's like, you know, she's seen these videos, she's seen my stories. She knows who I am. She knows what I'm about. But at the same time, I'm not in her household, right? I'm not supporting her kids. I'm not supporting her husband. I'm not doing any of that. And when you are in that mindset of things are grim right now and I need to make ends meet and whatever opportunity is presented to me, I'm going to take. Even though a lot of us have a sense of urgency, we have to have those boundaries in place where we can step back and be like, whoa. What is this? What am I about to dive into? Because keep in mind, anybody with a bright smile and a bright personality can sell you anything, okay? Persuasive people are out there. We've talked about them a lot on this channel, and it's so sad when people get sucked into the persuasion. And even with persuasiveness, I consider myself to be somebody that, I don't know, persuasive sounds negative, but I feel like I'm somebody that can maybe help you see both sides, and that's all I wanted her to do. She saw the side of the positivity, the toxic positivity of whatever sucked her in, but then there's the opposition that shows that people have not made anything, that people won't make anything, and it was just so upsetting to have her be so stubborn. But then at the same time, I was stubborn. But all of that didn't even stick to me until she brought up my past. Now, for those of you that don't know, if you haven't seen the video, I'll link it up here. I was in a very toxic relationship right before I met my husband. And it was so toxic that it made me question my character. It made me feel invalidated. It made me feel, I went through some really dark stuff with this dude. I didn't even get into it in the video. The video was more on the lighter, comical end. And during this relationship, I had shunned everybody out. He was the only person that I was focusing on. And my friend, in our hours-long discussion, brought that up. She said, Margaret, how many times did I tell you to leave that man? And I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, I was feeling a little gut punch. Like, how dare you bring that up? Like, I've been married for a long time. I don't like to think about that. But she's like, how long did I tell you to break up with him? I was like, you told me to break up with him many times, and eventually I did, but I had to see it for myself. And she responded right back and she said, exactly. I have the right to make my own decisions, and my decision right now is to push this nasty ass tea.
She didn't say nasty ass, but you know.
And my decision right now is to explore total life changes. If it's a bad situation, I have to see that for myself. For her, there was no education unless she experienced it. And I had to digress. I can have my stance. I can be as vehemently like, don't do this. Like, I'll put the income disclosure up here if I can find it. Like, I know that you're hurting right now. I know that you need something to stick to make things work right now. The world is horrible right now. A lot of things are going haywire that shouldn't be going haywire. And all I wanted for her was just not to add to that chaos of confusion and disruption in the household. I want her to have something tangible, something where she can really grow, something that helps her blossom. But you can lead a horse to water and you can't make it drink. And that's one thing about my friend. She's one stubborn horse just like me, and I can't force her to drink from that water that I'm supplying her. She wants to go find her own well, so I have to let her do that. I will keep you all updated as always, and she knows I'm making this video. She knows that I'm making this video, and I'm obviously going to keep her anonymous. I think that is just an important discussion to have. Like, let me ask you that question. If you knew your friend was joining an MLM and she still stubbornly wanted to join, would that make you not want to be their friend anymore? Even after you send them all the educational tools that you believe would help them. Even if they negated all of that and they still went headfirst into the MLM, would that change your opinion on your friend? Girl, you still gonna do my hair though. If you're watching, if you're watching, you're still doing my hair, bitch. Now let's talk about me getting scammed again. So a lot of you know, as YouTubers, we make money through AdSense. We have affiliated links that we put in our description boxes. If the audience does decide to purchase from a link that I put in my description box, especially when it's like makeup related or anything like that, if you do purchase through that link, I do get a small commission based off of the purchase. That's, you know, full disclosure and everything like that, because, you know, YouTube is very unforgiving. Sometimes there's months where you do well, sometimes there's months where it's like, what is this? So it's just kind of this whirlwind when it comes to revenue. Now, one thing that YouTubers do get a lot of times, especially when they have great audience retention and they have, you know, a great rapport with the people that they're talking to, they do get sponsorships and they come pretty lucratively. So let's play a game of how far back my wig will slip. So about 2 months ago, in the beginning of September, a skincare company reached out to me. This company they're well known, but they're not a staple name. Like, they're not in Sephora, Ulta, anything like that. They are an independent brand, but they have been in Allure magazine. They have been in multiple press releases. They really are building a name for themselves. So it's not a small brand, but it's not a name where I feel like if I would say it out loud, 1 million people would know. I don't think that at all. So this brand reaches out to me via email. The social media manager reached out to me and she was like, hey Margaret, I love your channel. I would love for you to feature our new products on your channel for this upcoming promotional period, and you will be compensated XXX, and you will have an affiliate code linked with us. So I'm like, okay, fine. This is going to be my first sponsorship with my channel, and I do a lot of beauty stuff, so it really does go hand in hand. I would never take a sponsorship I didn't believe in. I don't care how small I am. I wouldn't do it. You couldn't pay me anything, because the thing is, whatever money that they can offer me, I can make it my personal business. I will never take anything for granted, and I would never take a sponsorship that I knew I didn't believe in. And you hold me to that. If I sit up here and I'm like, I love this, you want to buy it? If I sit up here and I ever do that one day, when I visibly know, when I visibly look like I don't care about this product, sound off in the comments. Till then, I'm gonna keep it real. Now, I'm getting excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be so freaking cool. My first sponsorship, I can add this to my media kit. I'm very excited about this. Well, she tells me, hey, look out for next week. I'm gonna be sending it in the mail. I give her my business address, call it kosher. So I wait about 5 days. She was shipping it from the Midwest. I live in Louisiana, so that wasn't gonna take too long, right? Well, oh, I look good. Oh. Anyway, sorry. So I'm like, all right, this isn't going to take too long. So I'm like, all right, I'll just go to my P.O. box. It was 5 days later. Let's see what's popping. So I go to my P.O. box and I have packages from you all, which thank you so much to everyone that sends me stuff. You guys are so sweet. I had packages from you all, but nothing from her. So I'm like, all right, maybe things got a little lost in transit. That's fine. I go back the following day, no package. This is the 6th day out from when she said she was going to be shipping it. So I said, all right, no problem. So then we go into the next week. I check again, there is no package. And I'm like, homegirl. Now keep in mind, there was a contractual agreement. I did sign saying that I was going to do the sponsorship. So where's the product so that way I can deliver by my posting date? Girl, a few days out from that 3rd day of me going to the P.O. box and nothing's there, I'm like, you know what? Let me give her a ring. So I hit her up through email and I'm like, girl, I haven't received anything. I know we have a contractual agreement. I'm so sorry. I don't have anything in my P.O. box. So she tells me that because of coronavirus, there was a lot of shipping delays. So expect it a few days later. So a few days later, I hop my butt in my car and I go to the post office and surprise, nothing is there. So now we've gotten to the contract date. Nothing is here. I can't deliver on anything. So I'm like, okay, you guys said that it was going to be sent out. I didn't receive anything. I email her again. I'm like, hey, nothing's here. I don't know what to do. Like, I want to be able to deliver on my promises. I don't want to have a bad relationship with a brand already. A few days later, no reply. I'm like, okay, no reply, huh, sis? All right. Maybe things are going on. I know the company was going through some changes. I still would think that your social media manager should be up to date on what's going on with potential influencers that you want to work with. Just my 2 cents. So I'm waiting. I'm like, girl, come on. Like, what is going on here? No response. I go back to the P.O. box. I went to the P.O. box, you guys, I kid you not, I think 9 times. At least thank God I live, you know, close enough by it. But still, like, you know, I'm wasting my gas when something was supposed to be here. And I understand, like, you know, with USPS, things can work slow. Okay, that's fine, but we need to still have a working relationship here, right? So it gets to the point where I'm like, you know what? This is getting ridiculous. I missed my contract date. Nobody's responding to me. So I hit up the leader with public relations for the company. I find the address and I'm like, you know what? No. Something's not right here. I don't want this to look bad on me in any kind of way. I was excited for this sponsorship. I'm going out of my way to check to make sure that I'm not missing the package and no one is telling me anything. Sometimes you gotta go over somebody's head. I'm gonna just keep it real. And I didn't get anything back. So I'm like, you know what? This isn't for me. This isn't for me. I am so sorry that I even involved myself with these people. They don't even care about my time. Me going out of my way multiple times to see if the package was there. These people aren't even respecting me at all. I'm over it. I'm done. Because I'm not gonna overly exhaust myself when you don't even have the decency to tell me what is going on your end, or at least resend the package, or at least give me an update or extend the contract date. There was none of that. So I hit her up and I'm like, you know what? I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, but I don't appreciate the fact that there has been a lack of response between you guys and myself. It's not fair, especially to a smaller influencer that was just so excited about doing this. Keep people in the loop, pretty much, right? People love to be, well, for the most part, people love to be looped in, okay? She hits me back up. She's like, Margaret, I am so sorry. I do sincerely apologize. Let's work this out. I'm gonna resend the package to you. I don't know what happened with the first one. Let me resend it to you. I said, okay, fine. I gave her my home address and I gave her my P.O. box, okay? I wait a week, no package. I hit her up, I say, insert person name here. I have not yet received this package. It's been a month and a half. Have we even extended the contract date? Is this even going to happen anymore? She's like, oh, Margaret, let me reach out to the shipping department and then I'll have them send you the tracking number so that way you can stop going to the P.O. box. I said, okay, well, thank you. That's all I wanted. I just wanted that tracking number so that way I can see when that package is going to hit. I didn't get anything from the shipping department. So I'm like, okay, 4 days, no response. I go back to the P.O. box for the last time, the 9th time, nothing in there. I'm like, you know what? So I sent her an email. I said, good morning. It has now been 2 additional weeks and many blind trips to the P.O. box. This is completely distasteful on the company to have a potential affiliate go through so much trouble for one package. Over 2 months of null and ghosted responses, plus your team never sent me a tracking number, not one time, and blank never followed up with me after numerous tries to get some clarity. Please treat future affiliates better. I'm so disheartened and will not be working for blank in any future capacity. This is utterly disrespectful and I'm done exhausting myself for a company that doesn't even care about my time and energy. They didn't respond, they didn't need to. I said my piece, I did it, I'm done. As far as I know, the contract is null and void. I don't want any parts of it. Because when you reach out to somebody and you say, I love this about you, kind of like what the MLMs do, right?
I love this about you.
You have a great personality. I love the way that you talk to your audience. I would love to work with you. And then I'm waiting for the opportunity. And I'm working so hard. I'm going, you know, get the package. You know, I'm setting up in my filming room. I'm like excited. I'm like, yes, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to show my following this amazing product because I saw reviews from other people. So I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be so great. I can't wait to have this in my hands. And nothing ever happens. Now, granted, there's a whole lot of things probably going on in the background with shipping right now and USPS and everything. That's fine. I completely get that. That's actually out of their control. But what is in their control is their conversation with me. What is in their control is making sure that future affiliates are kept in the loop. Making sure that people that are working with you want to work with you, want to feel like they're heard, want to feel like they're listened to. Not make blind trips all the time and nothing is there. Send you emails with either cold responses or no response at all, but you reached out to me. Off for a couple days, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? When one door closes, another one opens. And I am so excited for the opportunities that have come in my lap after that door was closed. It was a great lesson. I'm happy with the way that I handled it. And anybody out there that is either an influencer or wants to even be on YouTube and you have something that falls into your lap that you think is great, always be sure you have a great rapport with the company. Always be sure you have a great conversation going, because that's really what's going to help you build, is building those relationships, building those networks, you know. And when something doesn't fall through, or when something makes you feel icky, or when you feel like your time is being ill managed, cut it off. Cut it off. When something is really making you feel like you're over, and it's with anything, when you feel like you're being overzealous and you're working too hard for literally no reason, stop. Because whatever you're working for, you should have a tangible reason as to why you want to make that work successful, make that work for something. I wish the company the best. You can't keep a hot girl down. It's been a lot of trials and tribulations, but we're going to keep it moving, you know. I'm not going to let something that small fault me for too long, because again, so many other things have come up, and I'm so incredibly grateful for these lessons and these opportunities that have come tenfold in my life. I've been through some shit, dude. I lost a parent. I lost businesses. I lost myself for a very, very long time, until I got on this channel and I started talking to you. And I want to take this time to just say thank you to all of my subscribers that have been there for me through this entire month. When I had the coronavirus, crying about my mom on her birthday, thank you. Even just on the regular reaching out to me, thank you. You don't know what you do for me. You don't know how much you block out everything else I don't need to see. And when I tell you that I give a about the people that love me and that support this channel, I mean that with everything in me. And I'm so excited for you all to see what I've been cultivating, what I've been creating, what's going on for December. December is going to be an incredible month for us. I'm so excited for you all to be a part of it. I love you guys so much, and thank you for listening to this video, and thank you for almost 6,000 subscribers. It's only up from here. Positive vibes only. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.